Hey everyone, what is up? I'm Imaginative Fangirl, aka Thunder, aka Imaginative. Welcome to the first episode of the Let's Talk podcast. Podcast in quotes because technically it's a podcast, technically it's not. It is only on YouTube. But yeah, finally I'm recording this because honestly I didn't feel up to it before today, but now I am recording it and I'm happy that I am. And yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it, talking about, today I'm gonna be talking about why I got into editing in the first place. Oh, and by the way, this podcast, I think was in I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently. Um, that's why I kind of decided to do this. Also, Fraser Oliver has a podcast. He helped me with something that I'll talk about at the end of this podcast and at the end of this episode, and please go check him out. Fraser Oliver on, where you get podcasts. Also, Fraser Oliver on YouTube. His podcasts are on YouTube as well. And yeah, so go check him out. So when I got into editing, was I don't really know entirely how I got into editing. I think I got into editing because I saw other people doing great fan edits and stuff, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And then I sort of started doing it, and I created, one fan account and then another fan account. I've got a few fan accounts, and, some of them some of them I'm not posting on, I'm not really posting on many of them anymore, but I've got a few, and, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I started, and then, the reason I do edits is to show my appreciation for the people that I watch, the people that I listen to. That's why I do edits, because that's why. Um, there's not really any other reason to that. And also I like doing it, and it's also to make things like this what you're seeing right now, this podcast this thing that I made for the podcast, that's also a thing, because I made this all myself. It's not taken of the pictures that anyone else has taken. I have taken the picture of the art that I did, and I put this in the background of that, and, I've put all the text on it, so that's, entirely made by me. Whereas, if you're doing a fan edit, you usually take a picture someone else has done and incorporate that into your edit. So, that's edit the picture, whereas this is, all me sort of taking the picture that I did about the fan art, and then, fan art, I mean, technically it's fan art of the nickname the boy John gave me. Well, it is fan art of the nickname the boy John gave me, but I don't know whether I class that as fan art or not. Anyway, if it was of the boy John, then I would class it as fan art, but considering as it's Thunder, the nickname the boy John gave, I don't know. If you want to go check it out, by the way, the boy John gave me a nickname Thunder, please go and check that out. A few videos back, it's like 2 videos back, 2 or 3 videos back, where I talk about how that happened, and there's also one with clips as to when that happened as well. And yeah, so I do edits because I like doing them, and because show appreciation of people that I like, and people that I like listening to and stuff. So yeah, there's not really much else to say about edits. I mean, it does create a community. It is a big community because it's the fan community. A lot of people do edits together. I've done edits with some people in the past. We've all done a photo edit. We've all done a video edit, and I'll put them in there's an edit wars. There's people do edit wars where they do a bunch of people in teams, and then they people vote on who they want to go through to the next round, if that makes any sense. There's a few teams, and then they do an edit together. The teams do an edit together, and then people post it, and then and then people vote on the edits, and then whoever's edit gets the most votes wins, and then everyone else, and the people with the least votes leaves the edit wall, and then everyone else goes up to the next round sort of thing. So there's this whole entire sort of, community surrounding the edit community, and it's like, people do edits together, there's like a collab, there's like, if someone gets to like a certain amount of followers, someone might do a collab, they might be like, who wants to collab with me to do an edit, and it's kind of this, just talking with them on DMs and, collaborating with them, and it's fun because it's like, you don't have to know, it's not like you don't have to know much about the person, you don't have to know the person in real life, you can just be like, we both like this, we both, enjoy listening to this music, we both like this person, we both, like this TV show, this movie, whatever, and therefore we're going to show our appreciation for that by editing together, and it just makes sort of, whether that's just one time that you do that, or, multiple times you do that, and maybe you eventually do become friends, is a whole other thing, but you don't have to do that, you don't have to, become friends, you don't have to know much about each other, you just know that you like the same movie, TV show, singer, artist, whoever, band, whoever you like, you just know, whatever you like, you just know, okay, I like that, and so does this person, so we're gonna make this thing together, and it's not like, I just think that's so great, that you can do that, and that's what the editing community, the fan community allows you to do, and it's, I like it, but yeah, that's all I wanted to really say about editing community. I want to tell you a story about what happened to my last video. My last video got age restricted. I'm just gonna let that sink in. My last video got age restricted. Now YouTube sent me an email saying your last video breaks the community guidelines, and I was like, what? So I read the community guidelines, I was like, no it doesn't, so I appealed. Actually before I appealed, I asked Fraser Oliver, that I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, whether he would see whether, I'd done something wrong. He came back and he said, no, looks alright, you haven't, broken anything, as far as he could see, I hadn't broken anything, so I was like, okay, thank you, and then I appealed it. The next day, YouTube sent me an email saying, yep, okay, we realise we've done something wrong here, your age restriction has been removed, so it is no longer age restricted, and I have not broken any of the community guidelines, which I'm very happy about, because I didn't want to accidentally break one, and I read them and I was like, well, I haven't broken any of these, so that's good, and, yeah, I'm just glad, that all worked out. Thank you, Fraser, for your help with that. I know I already said that, I know you already know that I said thank you for that, but, thank you for that again, and, yeah, I think I'm gonna end this episode here, episode 1 of the Let's Talk podcast. Yeah, I am aiming for this to be under 10 minutes long. I feel like that would be, like, a good thing for a podcast to be under 10 minutes long, for this to be under 10 minutes long. I feel like that would just be good. I might change that, I don't know, but this episode is going to be under 10 minutes long, so thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it, that'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. Check me out on Instagram if you want to, Imaginative Fangirl YT, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, hope you guys enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys in the next video, and see you guys.